Good morning, folks, and welcome back to Youth Talks Gyan Manthan. And this is the concluding session. And I'm sure this might well be one of the best investments we all might have been making in the last 10 or 11 days that we have been at Youth Talks Gyan Manthan. Today, we've got two very spectacular people to share the screen with us. Right up, the first one that we have got, of course, is our coach for this morning, and that is Meenakshi Gupta. She's joining us from Punjab, and she is going to be with us from, a lot of experience that she's carrying with her. I'll give you her introduction in a while, and of course, to give us the blessings, the remarks, we've got with us Mr. Murli Krishna, Dasri Murli Krishna ji from the Vikash Group of Institutions. The chairman's address is about to happen. Folks, this has been the entire Gyan Manthan series was created keeping in mind what work has been done by the Vikash Group, the kind of students that they have been training in the last many years at their, institution, and the lives that they have been impacting. So we thought that is Youth Talks, me, Murliji, and Vikash Group, we came together to figure out what best can be done for students and the youth of Vikash Group as well. The students, 12,000 plus students, 3,000 plus staff, and several 100,000 people who have been benefiting through the work that's been done by Vikash Group, Murliji, and their team. So before I begin sharing Meenakshi ji's introduction, I'd like to request our friend, our mentor, and mentor to many millions across the country and many parts of the world, somebody who has got a great fan following here at Youth Talks. I keep getting so many mails from people across the world that can we have one more session with, Mr. Murli Krishna. Murli ji, today might not be a session with you, but before we begin, and this is the concluding session, before we begin the concluding session, we'd like to have your Ashirvachan, your words of blessings for everyone watching you and for all, every youth of this country. So it's over to you, Murli ji.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. At the outset, respected Himadri, sir, and Meenakshi ma'am, it's a great opportunity for me to interact with the viewers of Youth Talks on this show of Gyan Manthan. And unfortunately, we are coming to the end of this session. But as said, I think it's wonderfully, these sessions have been conducted over these last weeks, and almost more than 7 days of time. And I think I know words no, I don't have any words to express my gratitude to, especially to Himadri sir, to make, giving you the opportunity for Vikas to be a part of this particular show, Youth Talks, the Gyan Manthan. And सर जितनी मैं अप्रिशिएशन से जितनी अच्छे शब्द में सुन रहा हूँ हमारे टीम से विकास की जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं टीचर्स हैं डायरेक्टर्स हैं सबको ही सर आप रेगुलरली हम लोग सब सुन रहे हैं और इतनी ज़्यादा ज्ञान मंथन मुझे एक ही बात आती है सर याद आती है हम तो सागर मंथन खाली किताबों में पढ़े थे तो ये कहीं ना कहीं सागर मंथन और ज्ञान मंथन में कोई अंतर नहीं है सर इतनी ज्ञान आप बांटे हैं पिछले इस सेशंस में और इतने वंडरफुल स्पीकर्स वो ऑफ इंटरनेशनल रेप्यूट जिन्होंने दुनिया को इतनी करीब से देखा है उनको अगर इतनी यंग यूथ के पास अगर ये चीज़ें पहुंचा पाने में हम लोग सफल हो पाए हैं सर आपके माध्यम से तो इससे बढ़कर कुछ नहीं होती आई थिंक ऑल द सेशंस ऑफ ऑल द स्पीकर्स स्पेशली टू मेंशन on nationalism by Deepak Ora sir. It was tremendous session sir. He could able to visualize the youth, the students of Vikas and all the viewers of on this youth talk about how India is going to be supreme, how it's a supreme nation. That's what we could able to make the everybody, the youth of the country, in this टाइम ऑफ कोविड द क्राइसिस जहां नेगेटिविटी ज्यादा फ्लो कर रही है वहां इंडिया सुप्रीम कैसे हुआ है कैसे सुप्रीम आने वाले दिनों में बनेगी ये बातें सर इट वाज रियली टच द हार्ट एंड सोल ऑफ एवरी लिसनर and every viewer on this youth talk and at the same time all the topics right from health mind power challenge it was wonderfully taken by all sir Avinash sir and Parimal sir his life itself is an like an example that how we can beat all the odds and that's what required for today's youth sir I think this optimistic of being in life is what we could able to come to these sessions. And of course, today Meenakshi's session, I like the topic, ma'am. That you are taking that life is celebration, and I because I always feel that no, it's always time to celebrate, time in and time out, and we are definitely going to a lot of manthan is going to be done today, and then we are going to gain a lot of things from you. And at last, Himadri sir, let me appreciate yesterday there was one online session of all the engineering colleges of the state of Odisha, where we come under Biju Patnaik Technical University, and because of this COVID time, they were trying to work out and make a roadmap for this particular semester, which is called the odd semester, and they're all around 100 odd engineering colleges of both government and state were present, and Vikas got an opportunity to present what we are doing in this time of crisis, and our team were selected to present because we are being done wonderful things like along with online classes we have created our own e-learning portal, and along with that we are being doing this open based questions. That's what exam is going to happen. We already started class for the students. Seeing this, BPUT gave an opportunity to present our the way we are taking these classes forward in this COVID time. And when we included that, we have started a series of Gyan Manthan. I think it was well appreciated by the Vice Chancellor and everybody. They said that this is the best thing that you are doing, unique initiative by Vikas. That is what getting a started with Gyan Manthan and getting students involved. This is an appreciation for this gift talk that we got when more than 250 odd delegates of all the people of the university and the college were present, sir. I think that was the most happiest moment for all of us. And I think once again, thank you, Himadri, sir, for giving this wonderful opportunity for Vikas because we are in a remote place of the country, and when country, not only that, Odisha is a remote, and in that Western Odisha is more remote. But I think you brought our students to the platform at the national level, and I think it's definitely going to give an immense confidence to look forward for their career, for their life. This is what the Gyan Manthan has given to us in this series that you have conducted. Hope we are going to get started in near future regularly because I know, sir, you're a wonderful person doing so much because when you come onto the screen and when you talk something, that itself is something where we learn a lot of things from you. And thank you so much, Himadri sir. Wish we are going to be always associated and do what best can be done for the youth of this country along with Vikas students. And of course, my best wishes to Meenakshi ji for today. We are eagerly waiting to listen to ma'am, and we see we definitely our students, and we are going to get motivated how to celebrate the life. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Murliji, for these wonderful words of encouragement and for also sharing that Gyan Manthan has added some value to the organization. And most definitely, your efforts have always been heroic, have always been exemplary when it comes to sharing a profile with my audience of somebody who's always been positive, somebody who's got so much of resilience built in, somebody who's got so much of courage built in. You are the first person for me when the case study has to be put up. Muriji, it's been a great honor, a great pleasure, and a great delight to see to it that your students are participating so actively. We keep getting a few of their remarks, we keep getting a few of their questions, and that has been encouraging every single speaker on Gyan Manthan. Murliji, from everyone at Youth Talks, from everyone at Orange Training, from each of us at our associated companies, Mendi Culture, we would like to thank you, thank everyone in the Vikash group of institutions, your healthcare facilities, and we'd also like to thank all those millions of people who have keyed in, tuned in to join this effort, which has been which commenced with your blessings and with your active participation. Thank you so much, folks.
Thank you
I
so much, sir.
wanted to speak before we have the session on positive thinking takeoff, and I just wanted to share a few words that what exactly positive thinking was to people. But then after Murliji's words of blessings, after Murliji's opening address, I don't think I need to say anything because you are saying positive thinking action through Murliji. So without much ado, without taking much time away of yours, because we've got a wonderful coach waiting to mesmerize you with her ideas on positive thinking. I'd like to take a few moments to present to you our speaker with the right bit of introduction, because she calls herself a mompreneur. I call her somebody who's a great motivation, a great inspiration to so many women, so many people willing to possibly, get into the same frame of mind that she is in to become such an achiever. Uh, Meenakshi did her BTech from the very prestigious NIT Allahabad and went on to do her management, the postgrad in marketing management from Symbiosis Institute, Pune. Meenakshi has also been a certified national trainer with the Junior Chamber International India. Now, she has got so much of work experience, so much of experience as a coach, so much of experience as a trainer. She doesn't like telling herself, calling herself a coach, and she would always want people to use that term trainer for her because she feels it's still a while for her to reach coach. As a label to be attached. Well, Meenakshi, trust me, a coach is somebody who can get people to do whatever they do in a better format, and that's what you have already been doing. Meenakshi has won many awards at many levels. The entire gamut of awards we have on offer at the Junior Chamber International India, she has possibly won everything, right from chapter level awards to zone level to national awards. Uh, she was also the winner of the Dainik Bhaskar Powerful Women Excellence Award, some time back, and Meenakshi loves to read, write, travel, and dancing. Well, we might have a session sometime in the future where we can have some dancing sessions as well, dancing lessons from you. She's an avid sports person who has been an athletics champion and has been actively playing basketball, coco, hockey, volleyball, badminton. Oh well, this is somebody who is a completely well-rounded personality. And she started the work as a dealer's account manager way back in 2005 in Hyderabad with Tata Motors. And she now, very recently, has launched a beautiful new initiative which goes by the name, if I'm not wrong, White Lilies. Am I right, Meenakshi?
Right, sir. The White Lady Training
Okay.
Services.
Okay, great. So that's a training organization that she's put up to help people, get a better hold of themselves, know themselves a little better, and brighten the world around them as Lily would do. So with these words, I'd like to hand over the floor to our speaker of this morning, our concluding speaker, champion in whatever she has been doing, the Meenakshi Gupta. Meenakshi, it's over to you.
Right. Thank you, Himadri sir, for those very generous words. And thank you, Himadri sir. Thank you, Murli sir, for your blessings. And thanks to Vikas Group of Institutions and Sam's Alive again for this opportunity for having me here. And before I start, Himadri sir, please accept my gratitude because it was after that statement from you, if you remember way back in 2013, I attended one of your sessions in Chandigarh.
Yes.
And after that session, that statement kept ringing into my head, and it motivated me to be the mompreneur, that journey that I started off handicrafts. You are very well aware of that. And that
Yes.
statement I would like to share with everyone out there. And the statement was, Meenakshi, don't wait for that perfect moment to start anything. The moment you start becomes the moment, the perfect moment. So go ahead, start it. And hence I started with my journey of mompreneurship. And thank you for that. I'm grateful to you, and I shall carry this statement all my life. All right, so good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. I'm really excited to be here with you all, and let us start. मुमकिन नहीं वक्त मेहरबान रहे जिंदगी में हर बार, मुमकिन नहीं वक्त मेहरबान रहे जिंदगी में हर बार, कुछ लम्हे हमें जिंदगी जीने का तरीका भी सिखाते हैं.
Wow.
Friends, life is a game, as they say. Life is a series of matches. And hence, many times you would win the match, and many times you would not win the match, which we call as we would fail. Many times we might miss the hit, we might miss the shots, we might, slip. squid while trying to smash the head. That is it. Life is also a journey. Life is also a journey, but often you will find yourself not on the path that you had always wanted to walk on. Life is a journey that will take you through those dark tunnels and keep you long in the darkness that you had never even expected. You might face storms, thunderstorms. You might face challenges, crisis, turbulence. But so what? So what? We have a beautiful tool with us. And about that tool, we are going to talk about that today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have this little child. She comes back from home. She comes back from school to her mom, running and saying, "Mom, do you know what?" Mom says, "Yes, please tell me what." "Mom, you remember that big wall on the school front?" "Oh, yes, I do remember." "Mom, you know, all of us from the school, the students are going to paint that wall. And from every standard, from every class, 5 students are going to be selected, Mom. And I want to be one of those who would be painting that wall of the school. I want to be that." Now, Mom, she knows her kid is not that good in arts and drawing, but still she says, "Oh, yes, why not? Let us give a try." "Oh, yes, Mom, we will practice daily." So Mom puts up the question, "When is the selection, darling?" This child, she replies, "Mom, the selection is after 20 days. So for 20 days regularly, Mom and this little child, they are practicing sketching, drawing and coloring, painting. And the 21st day, this little girl goes to the school excitedly. And when it was the time for the school to get off, Mom, super excitedly, reaches the school gate. And she's looking for her child. She's waiting for the school gate to open, and the school gate opens, and there she finds her daughter walking towards her. And she's trying to make a guess, looking at the facial expressions, and she's smiling. Now, Mom, she waits for the child to tell the news herself. This little child, she comes up to the mom and hugs her, and Mom says, "What happened, darling?" "Mom, do you know what? I got chosen to cheer up for the kids who would be painting that wall of the school." And this left Mom with the beautiful lesson for life, the lesson of positive mindset, wherein a yes or a no does not change your attitude. So yes, dear friends, this is the positive mindset we are going to talk about. Positive mindset is underrated, extremely underrated, but it is most powerful tool. It has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect, and it affects all the phases of our life. So having that positive attitude does not mean you are burying your head inside that sand. You are not denying the problems. You're not ignoring the problems. You still have those problems. With positive mindset, when you have that positive mindset, it does not mean you don't have to walk on that bumpy road anymore. It does not mean you are wearing that glass, magical glass, and everything around you becomes a fairyland, the world that you had always dreamt of. No, the problems are still going to stay. But You get that brave heart. You face them. You learn to accept them, accept the turbulence, and then find the solution to this turbulence. You learn to accept these barriers and then cross over these barriers. This positive attitude allows us to envision a bright future, allows us to see that there's a hope there in that future. In that darkness, there exists a sunshine. And it definitely allows you to see good in people and good in the situations when the times are tough. So right now, what I would want you all to do is, I request you all to write down the name of one positive person that crosses your mind the moment I say positive person. I just wanted to try this. If this works, then I would be putting up further questions in the session. Can I please have the name of one positive person who crosses your mind the moment I say positive person? I'm looking at the chat on YouTube actually. So for a few seconds, all right.
You'll get them.
Right. I shall be waiting just for a few seconds more. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. Please go ahead with the name of person who crosses your mind first, immediately, the moment I say positive person. All right, great. Himadri sir, Murli sir. All right, please keep writing. And now, whoever, came across your mind, I'll speak a few lines and just observe if you can relate to those lines. These positive people, they are happy and joyous. And wherever they go, they carry this ambience around them, beautiful ambience around them, positive vibes around them. They are easy to get along. They are loved by all. They are solution finder. And when you approach them with your problem, they will end up giving you a solution, or else they will end up patting your back and tell you, of course, you can do it. These positive people, they do not dwell on the mistakes of past or any negative moment. Now, I'm sure few of the lines from these that I just spoke would match to the person you just thought of. I'm very sure. All right, so this is Arthur Ashe, dear friends, and Arthur Ashe is a legendary Wimbledon player, the first and only Afro-American to have won the Wimbledon. Now, during one of his surgeries, Arthur Ashe gets infected by the deadly disease called AIDS. Now, one person, he goes to Arthur Ashe and he questions Arthur, such a legendary player as you, such a great person as you, and you're having that deadly disease called AIDS. Don't you feel bad about it? Don't you question God sometime? To which Arthur has a wonderful reply. And the reply is, listen, 50 million kids started playing tennis. He says, listen, 50 million kids started playing tennis, out of which 5 million learned to play tennis, out of which 500,000 learned to play the professional tennis, out of which 5,000 kids could reach the Grand Slam, out of which just 50 reached the Wimbledon, and out of which again just 4 could reach the semi-final, and just 2 could reach the finals. And when I was holding that cup in my hands, I did not question God, why me? Then now that I have this disease, how do I question God, why me? That is the power of positive thinking, my dear friends. the positive attitude. It allows us to face the biggest of the challenges of life better. Now, there was this experiment conducted, and in this experiment, 4 groups of people were shown different kinds of images. The group number 1 was shown the images that gave them the feeling of love. Group number 2 was shown the images that created the feeling of contentment. Group number 3 was shown the images that created the feeling of fear. And group number 4 was shown the images that created the feeling of anger. Now, after they were shown all these photographs, these images for quite some time, they were all given a blank sheet and they were told to write down on that sheet all the possibilities that they can think of when they were in that particular situation, which they just saw. What would they have done? What would they have liked to do? All those possibilities. And finally, it was found that the people, the group who saw the images of love and contentment wrote many times more number of possibilities as compared to those who saw fear and anger. And hence it was concluded, positive mindset broadens up your thinking. It allows us to look for opportunities and possibilities. This is one of those benefits of positive attitude. Now, if you remember, just a few time back, just some time back, Narendra Modi ji, he had urged all of us for that banging of thali and ghantis and lighting up the diyas and candle. When we went out on our balconies and terrace, the view was fantastic. People, they're banging their thalis, playing the ghanti and playing those shank. Even all across the world, there were people who were, playing instruments, singing, lighting up candles. All this created such a positive vibe. So, when you stepped out in the balcony, and if you were even hesitating playing those thalis, looking at the other person doing that gave you the energy, and even you came out of that hesitation and you start doing that. That is positive energy. It is contagious. It is contagious, and so why not be the carrier of positive energy, dear friends? Why not infect someone else with our positive energy? Why not bring a rainbow in someone's gray sky through our positive energy? Why not bring a sunshine to someone's gloomy days through our positive energy? Why not paint someone's blank canvas with beautiful colors? Why not fill in someone's empty vase with beautiful flowers of your kind words, positive energy? All right, so at this moment, what I want you to do is, I request you to write down in the chat box one positive word that starts with the first alphabet of your name. I'm waiting here in the chat box, waiting in the chat box of live this YouTube. Yeah, one positive word that starts with the first alphabet of your name. All right, so I'll wait for just a few seconds. Yeah, all these energies that we are producing right now. Oh, yeah, I got the first word, motivation. Megha, thank you for that answer. Please keep going, guys. I'm waiting for the answer. Nothing is impossible. I'm sure your name starts with N, right? All right. Please let this continue. You know what happens? This is a sort of the butterfly effect. The small, insignificant things that we do, we don't even realize they are of any significance, but they are creating some significant impact somewhere there in universe. So what we are trying to do here, creating some positive energy, it is definitely going to bring some positive impact somewhere there in universe, and hence let these words coming. Yeah, okay, thank you for the participation. Now, there was this research done by psychologists Michael and Charles, and in their research, they got to the conclusion that your positive mindset, it helps you to keep a better health. It helps you in having a better emotional, mental health as well as a physical health. It lowers down your stress level. It lowers the chances of your depression. You know, there are moments in life, tough moments, which you cannot change, and positive mindset, it allows you to accept those moments and hence move on, and because of this you have a better emotional health. And yes, we have an increased lifespan because of this attitude of us, and chances of recovery from any illness, disease are also high. So, you know, here I would like to mention there was this patient, COVID patient from Odisha, as far as I remember, the first patient who recovered, and he said that 33 years old, he was someone who returned from Italy, and he is fine now, and he said positive thinking plays the important role in recovery. So I was just reminded of that. And that was the benefit of one of the benefits of positive mindset. And further, we move forward to increased productivity. Yes, with this positive attitude, you have higher energy levels, you are able to focus better, you take good decisions, you are creative in your thinking. And in one of these NCBI studies, it was found you are able to recognize the opportunities well, and hence you make a use of this opportunity well, and hence you become successful that way. So your productivity increases, you're able to reach goals, and hence you end up being successful. We also, because of this attitude of us, positive attitude of us, we also end up being good team players. All right, so next we'll talk about self-esteem. Now, many times, especially in these school and college days, you know, we tend to experience this jealousy, these moments of comparison. That person is studying as much as me. How is that person scoring more than me? Why is she so good in this? Why is he? How can he perform so well? What's wrong with me? What's my fault? Am I of no value? Am I worthless? All these kind of thoughts, they keep popping up. Hold on. With positive mindset, you come to focus on the qualities that make you special. You too are amazing. And you realize that with this positive attitude. You realize your USP. You realize that you too are magnificent. And hence, that comparison, it vanishes away. Right, once again, back to the chat box. Back to the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. Write one quality of yours, any one quality of yours. I'm sure you must be having many other qualities. I just wanted to mention here in the chat box just one quality of yours. All right, so let me start. I would say I connect with people really well. Now I'm waiting for your quality. Yes, I would love to read that. One quality of yours. in the chat box. All right. Oh, thank you for participating. Thank you for those instant answers. Yes, awesome, lovely. Okay. Now here on the screen, I present before you Sri Dhanya Suresh. She is the Kerala's, as you can read, Kerala's first tribal woman to clear UPSC. And this lady, in 2019, she became the first IAS officer from Kerala, woman IAS officer from Kerala. And her father, he's a daily wage worker. He's a laborer. And he also sells bows and arrows, Dhanush Ban. Presenting next is Ajal Gangwal, the flying officer who this June 2020, she became the flying officer, and her dad owns a tea stall. He sells tea. Now you can very well imagine the conditions, the situations they must have faced, but they became the personalities. What do you think is the power behind them? Definitely the power of positive mindset. Blake Leeper, the US Paralympic athlete, he is without his legs. He does not have those two legs. But what he says is, I have two disabilities, but I have 1,000 other abilities. Amy Brooks, she was born without limbs. No hands, no arms, no legs. But this lady, she says, I am disabled and I live my life a little differently. She does all her work by herself. She cooks. She's into photography. She loves photography. And she has also started doing this sewing, silai machine ka kaam. What do you think is the power behind Blake Leeper and Amy Brooks? Positive mindset. Definitely positive mindset. Now, this is the positive, it is, yes, positive attitude of these people. The Thomas Edison, someone who failed 1,000 times, a man who failed 1,000 times and invented that electric bulb. Albert Einstein, who could not speak till the age of 4, and he could not even read till the age of 7. And his father, till the time of his death, he considered Albert Einstein a total failure. J.K. Rowling, divorced lady, depressed, single parent, failure. Yes, she has failed many a times. Her books got rejected. And then she became one of those authors, the successful authors. Michael Jordan, the basketball player, who gives the credit of his success to all the failures of his life. Oprah Winfrey, the lady from poverty to riches and is a motivational speaker. All these people, they failed many times, they struggled many times, but for them, failure was not the dead end. And this is all because of their positive attitude, friends. It is definitely because of their positive mindset that they took failures as stepping stone, as a gateway to success. For them, failure was another opportunity to start over once again, but with more of experience. Fail fast, fail often, but do not fail for the same mistake twice, and always fail forward. Learn from your mistakes, learn from your failures, and move on. That is the power of positive thinking. All right, so there we come to the point. Before we start how to develop this positive mindset, I wanted to share this statement with you. Yes, you might not clear the entrance examination, especially for students. Yes, you might not clear the examination that you had always dreamt of. You might not get into the college that you had always wanted to go in. Yes, you might not clear the interview that you had wanted to go for, the job that you wanted. You failed, but that's okay. Keep trying. Your failure is a mark that you are trying. Keep trying. All right, so now we come to the how part, and how do we develop positive mindset? And if you remember this proverb that says, each day is a school day. Each day is a school day. And so positive mindset is a continuous schooling. Positive mindset is a skill that you'll have to practice every day, regularly. Yes, so it is a continuous schooling. Now I want you to focus on this word, schooling. I want you to focus on this word, schooling. And we'll start with S. The first alphabet, S. Friends, there was this person called Jerry. He was a store manager, and he was all the time, he was positive. And whichever place he shifted to, whichever store he shifted to, all his subordinates would go along with him. He was so loved. Now, Jerry had this friend called Tom. Tom would question him one day, Jerry, how can you be so positive all the time? To which Jerry says, listen, when I get up in the morning, I have two choices. Whether I get up with the bad mood of yesterday, or I choose to get up with a mood, fresh mood, looking forward to a bright today. So I choose the second option. When someone approaches me with the complaint of my subordinate, I have two choices. Whether to get rude with that person, or, ask him what made him behave that way. I choose the second option. So one day, this Jerry, by mistake, he left the doors of the store open and he was inside. It was late evening. Two robbers, they enter the store. And on the gunpoint, they ask Jerry to hand over those keys of cash box. Now, with trembling hand, Jerry is trying to hand over the keys, and the keys fall down on the floor. And yes, in panic, these robbers, they shoot on Jerry. And Jerry, with a bullet here in his chest, he's lying there on the floor, his shirt stained in blood. Luckily, he's found somehow and taken to the hospital. And after hours of surgery, he's saved. Now, when Tom gets to know, he visits Jerry and he questions him. Didn't you go unconscious when you were shot here? To which Jerry says, listen, I had two choices. To remain conscious and fight for my life, or go unconscious and say a bye-bye. I chose the first one. Now, when I was rushed to the hospital, I was on the stretcher. I could see the nurses, doctors running along with me, along with the stretcher, and they had that expression on their face that I am dead. They were already treating me as if I'm dead. And that was a sign of alarm for me. And so, when one of those nurses, she questioned me, are you allergic to anything? I gathered all my energy and answered, yes. And to which, again, all of them stopped working, stopped running, and they were all looking at my face to know that answer, what I'm allergic to. And I replied, again with all my energy, I'm allergic to bullets. And to which all of them burst into laughter. And then I told them, please, I'm going to live long. Please do not treat me dead already. And yes, they performed the operation, and I'm here today. So it's a matter of choice, my dear friends. It's always a matter of choice. We make choices, but actually our choices make our life. So the Vikas group of institutions, I was going through their FB page, and they chose to celebrate E-Rath Yatra in these COVID times. They chose to celebrate their foundation, their 19th foundation day online in these COVID times. So you have to choose. You know, there's this quote by Norman Vincent that says, change your thoughts and you can change your world. And do you know we have approximately 60,000 to 70,000 of thoughts running in our mind daily, every day. Now just think of, what do you want to choose? Positive thoughts or negative thoughts? So with that S, alphabet S, I leave with you the skill to choose. And now moving forward to the alphabet C. Friends, there was this child called Harry. Harry was always boasting about his friends. I have so many friends. And his grandfather, he thought of teaching him a lesson. So everywhere this Harry would go, oh, I have got lots of friends. One day, grandfather calls Harry and says, Harry, come here. Hold this chair. To which Harry says, what chair, Grandpa? I can't see any chair. To which Grandpa says, come on, hold this chair. This is invisible, magical chair. You hold it first. Okay, Grandpa. And he holds the chair, the magical chair. Now, listen to me. You go to school and sit on this chair. And the moment you're able to sit on this chair, you'll see a magic happening. And the magic will happen to you and to your friends as well. And this child, Harry, is super excited. Wow, magic will happen with me and my friends. Come on. He goes to school. He calls all of his friends. I have got a magical chair. Come on, I have a magic to show you all. And all of them, you know, they stand in a circle around him. And Harry is there in the center. And he tries to sit on the chair. And he falls down. And the moment he falls down, everyone bursts into laughter. Harry gets up again. He again tries to sit on the chair, on that magical chair. And again he falls down. And this time people started humiliating him. His friends started humiliating him. But Harry gets up once again and he again tries to sit down, and this time he is able to sit on the chair, and he turns around to see the chair and he finds out three of his friends had folded their hands to make a chair for him so that he does not fall. And the moment he sees this, he gets to know the magic in the chair. He gets to know the magic that his grandpa was telling about. And so, friends, do you have that magical chair? Are you aware of that magical chair of your life? We need to have that circle of positivity. We need to know our circle. And we need to keep in that circle people who are always going to stay with us, who are going to motivate us, push us, help us grow, and are going to be with us in our tough time. So that C is your circle of positivity. And in one of those case study in California, University of California, it was found when you are in the company of positive people, it helps you stay happy and develop that positive mindset. All right, so moving forward to the next alphabet, and that is H. And H, this is lovely, and I go by this: help others, and be kind. And in this research by University of California, it was found that people who volunteer, they are happier and have that better mental state, and get that positive mindset attitude. So, when you're helping someone, your dopamine increases. This dopamine secretion increases, and your happiness quotient, it increases by 42%. So when you're helping someone, you're actually helping your own self. Try this out. And with this, I would really like to share this experience, and it happens. You try and raising someone's spirit. Go ahead and try and raise someone else's spirit, and you'll find you are yourself feeling better. Your own spirits are raised. So, why not give a hand of help to someone? Why not help someone to realize their own power? Why not help someone else to have a belief in them? Why not help someone realize the star material they are? Go ahead. Helping someone else is actually helping your own self. Help someone smile. It helps you in reverse, feeling better and develop that positive mindset. And yes, be kind, and especially for those kids, these students in school and college, be kind with your words, friends, because many times we end up making fun. We take it all in, fun, good fun. But we do not know the person we are mocking over, we are making fun of, what state of mind is he in. So there is a very fine line between humor and insulting someone. So please be careful with the words that you choose. Be kind to your own self and to others as well. And especially with the words, they keep ringing in the head. Yeah, so that goes with the alphabet H, that is help others. And now I move on to the alphabet O, and there is this child called Les Brown. At a very young age, he and his twin brother, they are adopted by this single lady. And when they go to school, Les Brown is not that good in studies. He has difficult time in studies, in school time, and everyone starts making fun of him. They start humiliating him, embarrassing him. And these little kids, they give Les Brown a name, a tag. The tag is educably mentally retarded. Educable mentally retarded is a big word, which means a person with mild IQ who has poor learnability. And they all start teasing Les Brown with this tag, educable mentally retarded. And the self-confidence of this child, it goes down. One day in the class, when teacher, she calls Les Brown to come up and solve the problem on the blackboard, he says, "No, ma'am, I won't be able to do that." To which teacher says, "Come on, what's the harm in trying?" "No, ma'am, I know I will not be able to do that." To which teacher again questions, "How do you say that, Les?" "Ma'am, because I am educable mentally retarded." To which ma'am says, "Who told you that?" That's a big word. And ma'am, she is astonished to hear that. "Who told you that?" "Ma'am, everyone keeps telling me I am educable mentally retarded." To which the teacher says, "Listen, Les Brown, do not ever repeat these words again in your life. No one else's opinion makes you." And that was the day that changed the life of Les Brown. He grows up to become the famous motivational speaker in US and an author, TV anchor, Les Brown. So that O is opinions of others. Do not be football to the opinions of others. So, it is their house. It does not belong to you. It is their wife. It does not belong to you. It is their opinion and it does not belong to you. Let them have that opinion of theirs. Whoever is giving that opinion, let them hold that. Let them contain that opinion of others. All right. So with that, I move forward to the next O, and the next O is in times of crisis. Many times we have those gamut of emotions. And there might be times, yes, students, there might be times in your life when you will not have anyone around, and maybe at a job or any place, you are unable to share anything with any person around. And at that moment, please remember, you are not alone. You have that light inside. So when in having those, experiencing those gamut of emotions of anger and fear, frustration, helplessness, always remember, you can be your own lighthouse. You have to be your own lighthouse. And with that O, I bring to you OWN, own lighthouse. You have to be your own lighthouse many times in life. So, talk to yourself as you would talk to a best friend who is stuck in that situation. Speak those powerful statements to you, positive statements. Replace those negative emotions, negative thoughts with the positive ones. Tell yourself you're powerful. You can do this. You will do this. You'll come across. You'll be victorious. Keep telling you all those powerful statements. Love yourself. And with that, it was own lighthouse, be your own lighthouse. And we move forward to the next alphabet. And the next alphabet is L. And L is learning to accept. Learning to accept your own self. This idea of perfect. The only thing perfect in this whole world is the word perfect itself. There is so much, there are so many things between that zero and perfect. All these things between zero and perfect are beautifully amazing too. Realize this. There is so much of beauty in all these things. So, know your strength, know your weaknesses, know your strength, know your flaws. Accept yourself. Accept the imperfect person that you are. With your strength, use your strength to do good to others and work on your weaknesses. And the way you accept your imperfect form, similarly accept others also in their imperfect form, and that lends you a positive attitude for sure, dear friends. And with this, I move forward to the next alphabet, I. And I is which I live by. Instantly smile. So I would have done this experiment right now, but looking at the time, I would come up and I'll shorten this. Let me come up with this. There was this experiment conducted in which it was found when you smile, when you smile, or if you're not able to smile in those low moments of yours, simply say E. Simply say E. Or fake a smile or say E, the alphabet E. And when you're saying a E, you are posing a smile. And when the moment you pose a smile, your muscles out here, they move, they play. And when your muscles here play, a signal goes to the brain that something wow has happened. And what the brain does, it releases dopamine, the feel-good hormone that I was talking about. And hence you start feeling good. And this has been proved. So whenever you're feeling low and you want to get that instant boost up, smile. Smile and you'll feel good. Your mood will improve, and you'll feel powerful and positive. And with that, I move forward to the next alphabet, and that is N. And with N, the message is never give up. Every champion, every soldier, every lion, every king, they once in their life they had this urge of giving up. And because they did not give up at that very moment, they became the champion. Never give up. Yeah. So, people will make all sorts of statements to you. They might be, rude to you. They might call you failure. Whatever be the darkness that you're going through, whatever be the cocoon you're into, never give up and keep holding to that string of hope always. Please keep it in mind. We have to keep holding to this string of hope always. And so with that, I come to the next alphabet, the last one, and that is the alphabet G, and which is again gratitude. Be grateful. Gratitude. These are really small little things, but as I say, they have that butterfly effect. They bring about a big impact. Gratitude. There is so much to be thankful for. Show that gratitude. Be grateful. And yes, the more we are grateful for, the more we attract to be grateful for. So it is always a good idea to maintain a gratitude journal with us, which we can fill before we sleep. And with that, we are done with our schooling. So that is the word you always have to keep in mind. And I want to share with you quick doables. Yeah. So now, whatever, friends, please keep this in mind. Whatever Gyan Manthan has bring forward to you, all the Gyan, all the, the richness of the experiences of people, such wonderful speakers you have had the liberty of listening to. All the Gyan that has been served to you, you have to bring it into action actually. And only then it serves the purpose. Yeah, so presenting before you quick points that you can start doing the moment you are done with this session. So the point number one, as I said, was smile. So the moment you smile, you have that positive mindset. The point number two is talk to the mirror. If you want to feel powerful, you are in need of feeling powerful, talk to the mirror. And make a fist like this. Tighten up your muscles and say those strong, powerful statements. You will do it. You can do it. You will be victorious. And next, again, moving forward, would be creating an environment around you. So what I would suggest is keep those sticky notes around you with positive quotes. And whatever is your workplace where you spend most of your time in the day, stick those positive quotes around you. Let them flutter. They'll remind you. And keep changing those positive quotes. And in fact, on that screensaver of your mobile or your computer or, the handbag that you have, those positive quotes will keep reminding you. And keep some positive book with you, and some handy music with you. So for example, I keep Hanuman Chalisa and Om Jai Jagdish with myself, and the moment I feel I need to get that power, I need to feel powerful, I play this. So keep that music. It could be anything. It could be prayer. It could be, any positive music, instrumental music that you like. All right. So yeah, it could be also subscribing to the channels like Youth Talk, So these channels, they help you stay positive, and share positivity. This is a beautiful concept, and which says share a joke, funny joke with one of your friend or many friends. Watch a funny movie with two or more of your friends. So what happens is when two or more people are doing it, the intensity it increases multifolds. And another would be, this is wonderful. Just as we keep a gratitude journal for ourselves, you know, this is not a big thing. एक छोटी सी diary. You need to keep a small diary or a notepad with you and note down all those awe moments of the day. AWE. The awe moments of the day, the beautiful moments of the day. Note them down. And after a few moments, after a few days, you will come to realize your life is so blessed. If you are feeling stuck in those low moments, just go through this diary, the gratitude diary, the awe moments diary, and you'll feel so blessed. There's so much to be thankful for. You'll get engaged in that. And yes, this is what I do. And yes, I have shared all the points that I do, so they definitely work. And the first thing that you should do in the morning, the moment you open your eyes, realize the magic that you are awake. Realize you're being alive. And so thank God. The first thing, the very first thing, the moment you open your eyes, and it does not take more than a second. You don't have to fold your hands. You just take a second to thank God. Thank you for giving me another day. I can still breathe. Okay, and one act of kindness, that is not a big deal. Just one act of kindness, it does not require any of your, you don't even need to spend a penny, energy. Just one act of kindness, one day, per day, and just feel the difference. And this one is love kind meditation. This is a meditation that is named loving kindness meditation, which starts like this. No, it is not difficult. So please do not think meditation, it has to be something long. What you have to do is, in loving kindness meditation, just think of people who you love and send in 3 messages. Just think of them and send 3 messages for them. Beautiful messages. For example, may you have a stress-free day today. May you have a healthy day today. May you have a happy life. For example, 3 messages. And when you continue doing this for the people you love, slowly and gradually move forward and do it for just like that. For any of those being, the human being on this planet. And if you can relate, this is exactly like Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyanti ma kaschid dukkha. May all be without any suffering. That is that motto. And this loving kindness meditation relates well with this shloka. So it hardly takes 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. All right. So with that, I wrap up my session. But before I hand over to Himadri sir, I wanted to share this with you all, especially the youngsters. See, there would be many times, definitely there would be times when you're feeling stuck. Moments that you'll feel you're going to break down. You're feeling like sinking in. But listen, my dear young friends, do not ever do any harm to that breath of yours. Do not ever think of doing any harm to that breath of yours, to yourself. That breath is the most precious thing of this world, and people are willing to pay lakhs and crores and still they cannot buy that breath. So please take care of that breath. and never ever think of doing any harm to your breath. You know, as I was saying, there might be many failures. People might humiliate you. People might corner you, ignore you. Yes, but you have to be resilient and you have to be impervious. You have to be thick skinned. You have to take a pride in your existence. You have to take a pride in your existence. All right, so with that, I hand over to you now, Himadri sir. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being there actually. Thank you.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful last 60 minutes, Meenakshi. I trust people have lost track of time, and they would want to listen to you again and again, and maybe for a longer duration. This has been a wonderful revelation to me as well, because last I heard you was maybe as a participant, and we have been interacting for the last couple of years, and this is the first time I'm hearing you as somebody who is so much of that growth over the last 20 30 weeks, so that that time since I first launched Youth Talks, and we had a small conversation, and now here you are. It's been an amazing session. You've given some really, really simple and wonderful tips to all our members of the audience, and each of them, trust me, has been so simple and so easy and so effective. So जो भी आपने दिया, ऐसा कुछ था नहीं कि लोग कर नहीं पाएंगे. This is a spectacular input from you, and the feedbacks are again coming in fast, furious, and so beautiful. Ways that people have taken your session. That schooling, I think ये मेरी भी schooling हो रही थी, हम सबकी schooling हो रही थी कि जीवन में अगर जीना है, how exactly to live life happily and with a smile. And I must thank you a lot for the last couple of minutes of your message to all the young boys and girls, that please do not do anything that is not in order. Take care of yourself, take care of the breath that you have got. That was a very, very important and a very timely message. Meenakshi, it's been a great pleasure hosting you this morning. It's been a wonderful experience to listen to you, that wisdom that you have brought in, and this is what was required for us to sign out Gyan Manthan. The concluding session had to have something which was super powerful, super useful, and which would add a lot of new dimensions to the lives of everyone. Meenakshi, it's been once again, I'd like to thank you, and the effort that you've made to get everything happening despite that very sudden Murphy's law coming into action this morning. Yeah, power had to go off. You had to
Yeah.
go on into getting your generator on, and everything. So Murphy's law was in play, but then you knew the best way to beat Murphy's law and come in and do this magnificent session. Thank you once again. Uh, there are lot many feedback that has already been registered by the system. It's going to keep flowing here on Facebook, on YouTube, every place, and this feedback coming your way is from a person who has been an absolute global master of the work that he is into, Mr. Anand GV. He lives in several countries, and he is tuned into you. He is listening to you this morning, and somebody of this caliber, also tuning in to a Youth Talks show for the students. I guess it speaks volumes about how you have added value to everyone. Meenakshi, thanks once again. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been a great, great, great last 11 days of Gyan Manthan. We had some very interesting sessions. We had some great people with so much of experience coming on board. So with deepest gratitude to each of our contributors at Gyan Manthan. Uh, yes, we missed out two of them. One was Mr. Desikamani, who unfortunately took ill. He had to have a cardiac surgery. He had a heart attack, and he could not join in. And yesterday, of course, we missed out Captain Raghu Raman. Captain Raman is going to be coming back, and I'm sure we'll also be having Mr. Desika Mani come back and speak to us. So, with a deep sense of gratitude to every single contributor at Youth Talks, on behalf of the entire team, I thank everyone for joining us. Our next episode, of course, that's not Gyan Manthan. Our next episode is coming up on this Saturday. That will be the Saturday Night Spotlight. And this Saturday, the Saturday Night Spotlight would be with a person who's brought in so much of optimism, so much of life, and so much of joy and delight in the lives of millions of Indians. This is a person who brought the very legendary series of Chicken Soup for the Soul series into India. The person who got that happening, the author, the editor, Raksha Bhardiya, who brought Chicken Soup series to India, she will be in conversation with me, and Raksha would be speaking, and that would be a conversation on many things, but most importantly, it would be on relationships and how to ensure relationships add value to everything that we do. So that's coming up Saturday evening, 7 p.m. So, Meenakshi, you are reading all those feedback that's coming up on the screen. We've got so many people, thanking you and appreciating this magnificent effort of yours. So, once again, folks, have a wonderful day. Enjoy the week ahead. Let there not be any doubts in whatever you do. Believe in your own self. Have faith in the powers of the Almighty. You will be guided in the right direction. Do not be careful, but do not be paranoid about what's happening around you. It's good to take care. It's wrong to be paranoid, and I'm speaking from a lot of experience regarding this entire chaos of the coronavirus happening around us. We are going to be hearing some nice messages from our Prime Minister at 4 p.m. this afternoon. So let's look up to something great coming up forward in our lives and whatever we do. Goodbye. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. And until next time, stay safe. Bye bye.